Hello YouTubers, electronics geeks, computer nerds. Welcome back to my channel, Mike here. I thought I'd give you a look at my collection of vintage chips today in this odds and ends from my Workbench video. I was looking for a particular chip and I thought, you know what, other people might like to see my collection of chips too. How do I build, maintain, and repair vintage computer equipment like the old Teletext System Master over here, or my ET3400, or some of the other stuff I work with? It's because I have a very large collection of vintage digital electronics chips. These chips right here in this bin, this bin here is just 7.4 series chips. And you know, in this bin I've got LS series and HC series and F series, all kind of mixed together, but they're binned by type. Like over here we've got 7400, which is the quad 2-input NAND gate. That's a very useful chip. They're used in lots of things, so I've got them all in their own bin. And over here 74LS04, that's the hex inverter. So that again is used for a lot of things. So I have it in its own bin, but other stuff is binned together. Here, 02 and 03 are binned together. Let's see, 08, that's AND gates, so that's actually all by itself. But other stuff, 74LS, 1X, 2X, 3X, they're all binned together over here. Let's see, 7474 and F74 are binned together over here. And over here we've got 74LS1XX. You know, all the XXs are in here. So yeah, over here, 74138 and 139. Now these are very useful for address decoding in computers, so I have them binned together over here. And it just goes like that, stuff binned together. You know, I have to do a little hunting through here when I want a particular chip, like this bin over here, 74LS24X. So that's going to be 244, 245, 24 whatever. They're going to be in here. So I might have to hunt a little bit to find the chip I want. Okay. This bin over here has some commonly used analog chips in it. It's got some op amps. It's got some 555s. It's got a few other things. It's got some voltage regulators. Commonly used analog ICs in computer circuits, and you know, other circuitry. They come in handy for lots of things. So this is one of my bins of digital IC chips. I have several. Now, let me show you some of the other stuff I've got. I'll show you one of my better organized ones first. They're not all this well organized, but this is CPUs for the most part. You know, I got 6800, 6802, 6803, 6809. I've got some peripheral chips for the 6800 series, 6821, 6850s over here. I got 8188s and 80C188s down in here. I got some 8088s and some V20 chips in here. 8080s and 8085s in here. Well, these are the real vintage ones, let me tell you. I've got a whole bin full of 68,000 ICs down here, which someday, you know, I have grandiose ideas about building breadboard computers and whatnot out of all of these different types of chips. But, you know, time just isn't there. This might happen before the heat death of the universe, or it might not. You never know. Let's see, I've got some Dallas battery-backed RAM in here. I'm still new in the box. What are these? Oh yeah, I know what these are. These are some LCD modules, which, you know, I would like to add some LCD modules to some of my computers. Vintage EPROMs. Boy, do I have the vintage EPROMs. I've got from like, I think there's actually a couple of 2708s down in there somewhere. 2716s, 32s, 64s, 128s, 256s, you name it, it's in here. You know, the older EPROMs, a lot of boards, like the damn System Master over there, can't handle you know, the higher density modern EEPROMs and EEPROMs. So sometimes you got to grab the vintage one and program it up. And speaking of programming, you know, I used this cute little doohickey right here, XGECU Pro. I can't pronounce that. I don't know. But it's the model TL866II Plus. And it works really well. It doesn't handle the really old EEPROMs that need high voltage for programming, but it handles a lot of the newer stuff. It handles EEPROMs. I can also use it to test chips. It'll test all those logic chips I showed you in the last bin, the 7.4 and 5.4 series. It can test all those without any trouble at all. It can test a lot of these. It can test the EEPROMs, even ones it can't program. It can test them, make sure they're okay. It can see if you can read from them. It can test a few types of peripheral chips, and they're always adding new chips to the list of what it can do all the time. So I'll put a link to this in the video description if you're interested. It's not terribly expensive. Get one that comes bundled with all the accessories. Don't just get the bare programmer. Get one that's bundled with all the accessories so that you can test a much more wider variety of chips than just what you can do with this 40-pin ZIF socket, okay? Alright, so there's the CPU chips. Let me show you another bin. So if you watch this channel at all, you know I'm a fan of the Z80, okay? So here's my Z80 box, amongst other things. But you know, I've got actual vintage Z80 chips, Z80, Z80A, Z80B, Z80C, so on, you know, different speed ranges. I've got the counter timers, I got the serial communication controller, serial I/O, parallel I/O, Dart, so forth. I have the NEC D780C. That is the NEC version of the Z80, made by NEC Japan. So basically a Z80 by another name. I also have other stuff in here. I've got some floppy disk controller chips, a variety of them. If I come across a computer with a bad floppy controller, I can always try changing it out. If I have the right type. I've got some stuff for the 6502. I've got some vintage 6502 chips. I've got the Riot chip, 6521, 6522 over here, 6504, 6551, and 6522. So all this stuff, almost all this stuff was salvaged from scrap equipment. Some of this I picked up at Apache Reclamation when they were closing up the store in Phoenix, and I was there for their going out of business sale. I picked up some chips there, but not only here, but in the last bin I showed you, I got some chips in there too. But a lot of this stuff came from scrap equipment that I was scrapping out to get the precious metals out of. But I diverted some of this stuff into my own private stock here, so that I have it for my own projects, for fixing computers and for building retro computers. So, yeah. So that's my Z80 and 6502 box right there. Let me show you another one. Okay, this box isn't quite as neat. First off, static RAM. This is all static RAM up here. Just an incredible variety of types of static RAM and densities, from like 2K by 8 up to 256K by 8 in here. Also have some dual ported RAM, which is used in a lot of video controllers back in the day. So yeah, static RAM. I need some static RAM for one of my retro computers. I just reach in here and grab whatever I need. You know, what's this chip right here? That's a 2K by 8 right there. So yeah, I got it all. Got some PAL and GAL chips over here. Actually, I think these are all GALs. They're reprogrammable. The PAL chips aren't. So those are gals. Got some video controller chips in here, like the venerable 6845 right there. That's a vintage chip with the gold, Kovar top. Got some more over here. We got some. This one's not labeled, but these are like peripherals, Intel peripheral chips, 8255s and whatnot in here. These are all PICs over here. These are 89C5X types of microcontrollers over here. So these are flash programmable microcontrollers that I've got in here. Again, all pulled out of scrap equipment that was headed for the garbage pile. Various CPU peripheral chips. You know, there's UARTs and PIOs and all kinds of stuff in here. Oddball CPUs up here that didn't fit into my other CPU box. There's a Z180. I've got several Z180s in here. Some of them need to have their pins straightened. I think there's some Z8s, some microcontrollers. Yeah, there's a Z8. Just oddball stuff that didn't fit in anywhere else. Got some other video chips down here, some D to A converters and things that were used in vintage video display controllers. This is all flash. Again, all kinds of different capacities from about 2K by 8 up to, 512K by 8 to several megabytes by 8. Just flash chips. And I test them. I test every static RAM in here has been tested with this. Except for, the dual port RAM. I can't really test them with this, but the RAM is almost always good. So I assume the dual port RAM is going to be good too. I test all the flash. Some of these peripheral chips I can test with this too. So I test them and I save them if they're good. Make sure I have a good stock of these parts in case I need to fix something or I get a wild hair and decide to build something. So last but not least, this box here just has miscellaneous stuff in it. Got some Molex connectors, lots of pin headers, got some regulators, some capacitors. Over here we have crystal oscillators and quartz crystals of all imaginable frequencies down in here. Again, some of these I picked up at Apache Reclamation, and a lot of this stuff also has just been salvaged from e-waste that was headed for the scrap pile. Got some little relays, some dip relays, some more pin headers, transistors of several different types, dip switches, lots of dip switches in here. What's this? Resistor networks. If you need a bunch of pull-up resistors, a resistor network is one quick and easy way to get it done rather than inserting 8 or 9 discrete resistors. Just pop a resistor network in and you're done. 7-segment displays, lots of different types here. And then just some soldering supplies, some solder wick, and there's miscellaneous other stuff in here. Some more regulators, and some of these I think are actually timing circuits. Yes, or baud rate generators. Yeah, so that's what's in here. Some timing and baud rate generators and some regulators and whatnot. This is not quite as organized as well. Oh, and I have CF cards in here too. So every time I pull apart something like a Cisco switch that has a CF card in it, I will save the CF card, 128 megabytes. I can use that in a retro computer. That can become a hard drive in a retro computer. So yeah, so that's my collection of vintage parts. Part of it. I mean, it goes on, and we could be here all day. But that's the bulk of the big stuff of that I save for work, for my retro computing work. So now I just got to remember what I was actually looking for. I kind of got sidetracked. I was looking for one particular thing, and I got sidetracked. I think I was looking for a 74LS138 chip as an address decoder for my daughter board on the System Master over there. That's what this all started out for. And I got to thinking, well, other people might like to see my chip collection. So there it is. There's my chip collection. Like I said, that's not all of it. I actually have a couple boxes out in the workshop that have stuff in them too. They're labeled for retro computing. So I've got more. So like I say, if the zombie apocalypse happens and you can't get this stuff anymore, or a worldwide pandemic and a shipping crisis happens and you can't get this stuff anymore, you know who to go to get it. I've got it. All right. I hope you found looking at my chip porn at least a little bit interesting, educational, informative, whatever. Give the video a thumbs up, give it a like, and subscribe to see future videos. Check out my main channel too, where I'm salvaging this stuff from scrap electronics as I'm converting the electronics into precious metals. So check that out, Omega Geek 64, and subscribe and like there. And press the little bell icon that YouTube makes you press on both channels to be notified when new videos come out. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.